what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. I've got 3 stories to cover in today's video, one out of each of the big 3 carriers. Let's start first with the AT&T news. And it looks like AT&T has gone ahead and launched its 5G Plus network, their millimeter wave rendition of 5G, bringing access to a new market, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Specifically, the downtown area will be getting these upgrades. These upgrades do bring gigabit plus speeds to the Midwestern city, targeting basically, your high traffic, densely populated urban areas. Regions of downtown include Fiserv Forum, Miller Park, and Deer District. This region also has 5G from AT&T, which is their sub-6 GHz rendition of 5G. Currently, the only sub-6 GHz I think AT&T has nationally is their N5 850 MHz low-band 5G. We are expecting something to come from their their mid-band offerings very soon in the form of DSS. We'll have to wait and see for that announcement and how they're going to deploy that in, market by market basis, or if it goes national. But, expect similar performance to what T-Mobile has with 600 megahertz when it comes to AT&T's 850 megahertz. But it's good to see this coming to another market. Again, supporting areas that need that type of bandwidth and capacity need. This is good to see. I've been a big fan of AT&T's millimeter wave here in the CLE, and it is a good performer, so it's good to see it making to some new areas. People could take advantage of that technology. All right, story number 2. This is something that I've said time and time again. Don't believe carriers and what they say, believe in what they do. So Verizon is looking to move on from Huffington Post, a not so very profitable portion of their business. This is basically the last remnants of the AOL Yahoo deal back in the day. They're looking to unload this last remaining asset from the 2015 transaction. They have been, I think, pretty much dangling this, but to no avail. They have been unable to sell. Losses have accelerated during the pandemic. They are trying to sell the media companies, pretty much dating back to a few years ago, and they're trying to reduce their losses, but it has very high operations cost. It's basically a poison pill business. I think that they actually generate about $50 million annual in terms of revenue from this company, but it costs about $60 to $70 million to operate. So there's clear loss there. Verizon is willing to stay a minority owner, but someone else to do the heavy lifting and operating the business. From what I understand, and this is what's being, said through the grapevines, is the Huffington Post has a toxic staff culture, and they are saying that probably up to half of the staff will need to be eliminated in this transaction to even break even, not even profitable. So if you look at the screenshot, there were rumors and speculation of Huffington Post being for sale back in October, and then later in November, Verizon came out and refuted that story. Clearly, all of that was wrong. Verizon is indeed looking to move on from it. Can't blame them. The entire AOL transaction was an absolute failure. Go90 was a failure. And like I said, Verizon has smartened up. They're going to focus on wireless and, fixed wireless and mobility, 5G, and Fios. And they're smart to do so. And getting involved in media, but not hosting their own media, just kind of distributing it, seems to be a better deal for them. But again, moral of the story, don't believe carriers. They are all liars. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Final story, and this one coming out of the new T-Mobile. Beginning Wednesday, October 7th, T-Mobile is going to be pushing T-Mobile SIMs to existing Sprint incumbent T-Mobile customers. Employees are receiving documentation, and it is being sent to them, whether it's T-Mobile management, retail associates, and so on. Nothing changes on the account level for the former Sprint customers, so they're obviously not going to have their plans changed. Their features are not going to be modified, pricing, etc. That's going to be unchanged. But I think what this is another step and further migration step to getting former Sprint customers onto native, fully operative T-Mobile network access. I think eventually the goal is to completely decommission and shut down all Sprint elements for full recommissioning after the reconfiguration process and full integrated deployment is completed. This is a necessary step for T-Mobile to get where they need to go with their network long term. This is essentially something that just has to happen. Retail employees will be notified when accessing Sprint accounts It looks like Sprint will finally be integrated into T-Mobile as a whole, and this will hopefully be a true merged indication after the company backtracked and failed in August with the entire integration process and unification of the branding. Issues will probably continue to persist through the turn of the new year. Obviously they've already started kind of weaning Spectrum assets from the Sprint network onto native LTE access for the T-Mobile network. Channels and bandwidth have been addressed in terms of switching and transitioning, trying to alleviate a lot of the native congestion that's occurring on the T-Mobile network. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of tower site decommissions, and new builds should be on deck in that kind of extended process. And this is going to be happening over the course of the next few years. So, again, just another necessary step that has to happen. It will be an inconvenience, obviously. Probably the next time you go into a T-Mobile store to be served as a T-Mobile customer, if you are a Sprint incumbent, you're probably going to have to deal with this. So as long as your phone is compatible with the T-Mobile network, it's going to be a non-issue. I don't foresee this being a problem. The only thing I could say is that for those of you that think that the worst has happened with the T-Mobile network, the worst is probably yet to come. There are going to be more growing pains and more inconveniences, but hey, it's just good to get the heads up so you know it's coming, and that way you can kind of be ready for it when it does happen. Anyways, let me know what you think of these news. Anything from the Verizon Huffington Post story, the 5G plus millimeter wave for AT&T in Milwaukee, and then, the story coming out of T-Mobile with the little bit of inconvenience with the Sprint SIM cards, being replaced by T-Mobile SIM cards and being switched over to native T-Mobile access. Thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Thank you all for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video and found it informative, please do rate this video, give it a thumbs up, share it to all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new, first time here, consider subscribing, activate that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And do check out some of the links in the description box. There's ways to donate. We have the link to the SMT Patreon page, the Twitter handle at SneedTech, where we also do Periscope Lives. And here are some other videos that I did hand select for you all to check out if you're not ready to leave the SMT YouTube channel just yet. Anyways, again, thank you for being here to watch. I am the SMT. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.